Hello guys, welcome back to today's class. My name is Blessing Amarachi and I remain your tutor for graphic design. And last time we did introductions to graphic design. So today we are going to get started with Canva. So Canva is the tool that we are going to use to be doing our graphics design. So how can we get this Canva application? The first step to get this Canva application is by opening a web browser. What do I mean by web browser? Web browsers such as Google, Chrome, Firefox, Edge, and so on. So after you have opened your browser, the next thing for you to do is to type www.canva.com in the address space and then press enter. And then after you have done that, you click sign up to create an account using your email or your Google or your Facebook account. So the last step is for you to sign up. When you've already signed up, then you start designing for free. Even though there are some elements and templates in Canva that are premium. Premium means that you need to pay for it to be able to use it. So what's the goal for today? Our goal for today is that by the end of this class, we should be able to understand the two main interfaces of Canva. Then we should be able to navigate between the Canva homepage and the designer editor. And then the last one, we should be able to use the tools in Canva to create and edit design effectively. So let's do introduction to the digital tool, which is Canva. So what is Canva? Canva is a fun and easy design tool that helps people create amazing pictures, posters, and graphics without needing to be a pro artist. It works like a digital drawing board where you can add colors, shape, text, and pictures to design anything you want. So Canva is a very friendly app or application to use. You don't need to be a pro to know how to use Canva, because with Canva, it already provides you with templates, elements, so you don't need to start designing from scratch. So Canva have already provided elements for you to use, templates, which you can use and just edit some things to the way you want it to be, and then you are good to go. The next thing for us to do today is to understand the interface. So what do we mean by interface? Interface is what you see when you open Canva. So when you open Canva, Canva have two main interfaces. We have the Canva homepage and the Canva design editor. So this is how the Canva homepage looks like. We have the left sidebar navigation panel. We have the top bar. So here in the left sidebar, we have the home. We have the projects, the templates, brand, apps, and so on. While here on the top bar, we have the search, the profile setting, the notification, and so many more. So the left sidebar is where you navigate through different sections of Canva, and it includes several tabs such as home, which I have mentioned before. So this home is the main dashboard where you can access everything in Canva. This is how the home icon looks like here. In home, it provides quick access to templates, recent design, and new design options. So in home, you can find the designs that you recently worked on, some templates you can just use and edit to the way you want, and then new designs. Then the next tool in the left sidebar is projects. So this section stores all your saved designs, including image, presentation, and videos. So all the files that you have saved in Canva will all appear in projects. And here in projects, we have folders where you can get all your designs together and just name it to whatever you want, so that whenever you need them, you can just go to folder and get it from there. Moving on, we have templates. Canva offers thousands of ready-made templates for different design types like flyers, business cards, posters, social media posts, and many more. Like I told you before, that Canva already provides templates for you. Let me say now you want to design a birthday card for any of your loved ones and you don't know what to do, you have the idea of what to do. You can just go to Canva templates and just type birthday cards and search for it. You will see so many designs that are there, which you can just change the color of the fonts to what you like, change the pictures, just edit the templates the way you want it. So here, the second interface, because I told you guys that Canva has two main interfaces. The second interface, which is Canva Design Editor interface. Here at the left side bar, which is the Design Tool panel, we have design, we have elements, we have text, we have brand upload tools, and so many more. Right here on the top bar, which is blue and purple section, we have the share, the editing, resize file, and so many more. And then the most important one, we have the main design workspace, the center section, which is also known as canvas. So this is where all the magic happens. So moving on, we are going to make some magics. So we are going to create a profile picture, which you can see on my screen right here. But then before we go to the main Canva to go and make this magic, let's just run down through the steps of making this profile picture. So the step one that we have here, we have open a new design. So the first thing you have to do when you want to design is to first of all create your document to create a design. So when you click on this icon that you are seeing here, the tray bar that you are seeing here, it will bring out this page here, and then you click on this plus sign you are seeing here, which is create a design. So once you click on it, it will take you to another page. So the step two is when you have created your document, the next thing you're supposed to do is to add a background. And how can we add a background? There are so many ways to add a background when you're designing. You can either go to elements and choose a background that you want, or you can choose to design your own background from the scratch by going to shape. You know, if you are working with a square, like we are, a square document type, you can go to tools, to shape, and then get a square shape and then resize it to the document size that you are using. So after that, the next step is to change the color. You can change the color to any color that you want, any color that you feel like that is fine, that you want to use. You can change the color. Then the next step to use is to create the color wheel effect. The color wheel effect, which is in that profile picture I showed you guys now, you can see a color wheel that is behind the picture. So here, how can we get this color wheel effect? By simply going to elements and then you just search. So this color wheel we're talking about looks like a donut. So you can just go to element and type donut pie chart. Also a chart, and then this will pop up. There are so many charts that are going to pop up actually. Then you pick the one you want, but then this is the one that will be working with, so we are going to choose this. So the next step after clicking on the donut pie chart that we want to is that the chart gave us only 3 charts, but then we were working with 5 color wheels. So right here is where we edit and put 2 more to get 5, and then after that we can come back and change our colors, the color wheels. You can change it to any colors that you want to, the color that you feel like. But then if you look here, you can see that we used mostly the shades of purple. So after choosing your colors, the next thing to do is to come and choose a frame, a circle frame. Mostly this frame is usually used to use and insert pictures. What do I mean by that? Let me say if you get a picture but then you want that picture to have like a star shape, or you want the picture to have a circle shape, or you want the picture to have a triangle shape, you can just simply go to your elements, then you type frames. Different frames will pop up, and it's usually best to use these ones that has this green and blue and cloud picture. Once you click on the one you want, here we clicked on this, which is the circle frame, because we want to get a round picture frame, right? So after choosing this, the next thing we want to do is to resize it and then place it very well the way we want it to be in the center of the color wheel. So after that, we have to go and upload our pictures. So then you ask yourself, how can you upload pictures, right? If you check the left sidebar of the design editor interface, you will see upload right here. Then you can, once you click on it, this page will appear. You click on upload files. Once you click on upload files, it will take you to bring out another page which shows all your documents, your files, your pictures, your videos you get. And then you can just go there, check any picture you want to use. Once you click on it, the picture will start uploading. Once the picture uploads, you will see the picture right here at your images. If it is video, you click on the video. If it is audio, you click on the audio. So after that, once your picture appear here, the next thing you are supposed to do is to drag the picture to our canvas, that is our working area. We drag it here, and immediately you drag it there, you will see that the picture will enter inside the circle frame that we earlier got. And then you see that this picture is now a circle. It's no longer a square, because when we imported this picture, it wasn't like this, but then now it now has a round shape. So the next thing after uploading our picture is to create the circle where we place the name. So how can we get this? We can get this simply by going to tools, then we get our circle shape, and then once you click on the circle, it appears on your canvas. So there you can change the color to any color you want, but here we change the color to purple. So after doing that, we have to get our text. So you can get the text. The text tool is also located at the left side bar. So we click on text, and then you will see a box that said add title, subheading, and body. You get, and then you will also see an already made text. So here I use an already made text, which is this teamwork, because I love the fonts. I love how it was looking. I clicked on this teamwork, and then the text appeared here. I changed the name to what I want, which is my name is Peter. So once you change the name, I also didn't want the color, so I changed the color from this different colors to white. So after doing that, the next step is for us to add the star effect, this star, which made our design more beautiful. So you can get the star by simply going to the elements. So if you click on the element, we have to search star outline, or you can simply just search star, and it will show you so many star elements that you want. Then you choose the one you want, but then here we choose this one because this was the one we want. So you click on this, and then we change the color because this was black, but then we change the color to purple because it was purple that we wanted the star to be. So after you are done designing your pictures, obviously you want to save the pictures and download it. So then how can you save and download your pictures? So you can save and download your pictures by simply coming to the share icon, which is at the right sidebar. You click on the share, and then the next thing you will see the download icon here. You will want to click on the download icon. Once you click on the download icon, it will bring you to another page, which here you can choose your files to so many, like there are different ways to save your files. We have PNG, we have JPEG, we have PDF. There are so many more, but since it's a picture, we decided to use PNG. One thing with Canvas is that it will always suggest the best file type to use depending on the design that you are working with. Assuming now we are working on a slide presentation now, you would have seen that Canva would have suggested PDF for us, but because it is a picture, it's a design, it suggested PNG for us. So we are simply going to click on the download. Your design will start downloading, and then you will see it on your computer. So now we have successfully created a profile picture. So now that we have gotten a rundown of how it works, the steps, now we have to go to our canvas to go and make some magic. So let's go. Now that we are in our Canva application. This was the interface that I was talking about, the home page interface. So this is how it looks like. So here in home, see my recent design that we talked about. You can see it here. These are the designs that I've worked on. Then projects, if you open up your project, this is how the project looks like. So here, see the folder that I was talking about, the designs and images, recent design tool, design, you have images here. Then templates. I told you guys that template is where you get like already made designs, which you can just get and just edit it the way you want. You know, maybe you put your pictures inside, change the fonts, change the color if you don't like it. So here you can see like some already made designs here. Then we have to go and make some magics like we said before. So we click this three bar icon that is here, which is open menu, and then once we click it, then we will see browse by category. We will see so many templates that have opened up for us, but then we'll be using Instagram profile picture. This is the document that we want to use and design. So we'll click on it. Once you click on your document size, it will bring you to this interface. So this is the design editor interface. This is how it looks like. This is where all the magic happens. This is where you cook. This is where you edit your designs. So in this interface, you can see design, you can see elements, you can see text, you can see brand, upload tools, and so many more. So moving on, the first step should be for us to open documents, which we have opened our documents. So the second step right now is for us to add a background. And for us to add a background, we have to click on tools. So we click on tools, we go to shape, and there we pick a square shape. Once we pick a square shape, then we resize it to our document size. Perfect. So now the next thing we have to do is to change the color, because we don't like this color, it's not fine. So we have to change it to the color that we like. So we have to click on this, and then you see here we have edit, we have color, we have border style. There are so many things we can edit here. So here we come to color, we click on it, and then we choose our color. Here there are already some colors here that are made for you, which you can just choose, right? But we will come here and then choose the color that we want. So perfect, we are going to work with this color, right? So after this, we have changed our color. The next step for us to do is for us to create our wheel, the wheel effect. So we'll come to elements, click on elements, then we'll search donut pie chart. So this is the one that we want to use. You can see there are so many pie charts here, right? But the one we want to use is this one. So we'll click on it, and then it have appeared right here in our canvas. So canvas is our workspace. So right now we have to do some editing, because we want to have a 5 color wheel effect, but this is just 3 color wheel effect. So we have to add extra 2 more. And then if you look at it, you see that it's not equal. Like this one now is very big, this is smaller, and then this is a little bit big. So we need to change the effect. So we press here to expand the data table. So once we press it, we come here, and then we press item 4 and press enter, and press another item 5 and press enter. So the next thing that we are supposed to do is to make sure that they are all equal. If you see it has 10, 4, 2, but then we want them, all of them, to be equal. So we come here and we press 10, we press enter. We come here, we press 10, we enter, press 10 and enter, and then press another 10 and enter. So now we now have a 5 color wheel effect. Now we'll go back. We forgot to do something, right? We need to remove this right up there here, this item 4 20%, item 3 20%. So we need to remove it, right? So we click we go back and click on expanding this, right? So we click on this chart setup, then we click on test, and then turn this off, which is the labels. We turn it off, right? Then we go back, and then you see the write-ups are no longer there. Then what's the next thing for us to do? We have to make sure that this is centered, right? It's centered right now. So the next thing for us to do is for us to change the colors, because this is not the color we want to work with, right? So now we have to change the colors. So the first color here, we'll change this to, have to open our color, and then we'll change this color right now to lighter purple. So now we have gotten the color for the first one, so we have to change the second color. So we come here, we'll click on this for us to change the second color. So we come back here, and then we do this. Yeah, perfect. So we have to change the third color. So we click here again, come back here, and then we go like this. Now we choose the fourth color. So we do this, choose this color. So now we choose the fifth color, all right? So we choose the fifth one. Perfect. So this is our color wheel right here. So this is the color that we have chosen, right? So the next step is to insert a circle frame. So to insert the circle frame, we'll come to our elements right here, and then we'll search frame. Enter. So you see the circle frame that we are going to use. Like I told you before about frame, there are different shapes of frames. Here we have the rectangle, the square, the circle, the triangle. We have so many of them. So, but then we are going to be using circle for this design. So we click on it, and then it will appear here in our canvas, right? So then we have to resize this to what we want. If you want to resize it without it shaking or moving to other places, if you want to get it in uniformity, then you hold your Alt key, A-L-T. You hold it down, and then you come down here, and then you scale to the size that you want. So I think this is perfect for us, right? Okay, so the next thing we are going to do now is to go and upload our picture. So that's the next step. So right now we have to go to uploads. So the upload icon can be gotten from the left side bar of the design editor tool. So we come here to upload, and then we click on upload files. So we click on upload files right now, and then you see where it has brought us to. So now we have to look for the picture that we want to use. So we click on this guy, right? Once your picture have uploaded, you see it here, just like mine now. You see it just appeared here right now. It just appeared here right now. So now we have to drag this picture from here to here. So now we drag it to here. But you notice, if you drag it to here immediately, I don't like the way the picture is looking. You get, I want to get only from here to here. So we have to press Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z is to undo what you did before. You hold the two keys together. So now we have to drag this guy. So instead of placing him on the picture, we just place him somewhere right here, right? So that we can crop the picture, we can resize the picture to how we want it to be before placing the guy to the circle frame. So right now, this is what we are going to do. We have to resize the guy like this, right? So now I think we can place him right here. You see, perfect. So you see now that the picture is now in a circular form. So this is what frame does. So assuming that we got another frame like a star frame and we insert this picture, you see that the picture will become a star shape. So now our picture, we have gotten exactly what we want to get, right? So now moving on, the next step for us is for us to add our circle. The circle where we are going to add our name tag. If you remember that place they wrote, my name is Peter, there is a circle there first before the name. But then before we do that, if you look at the profile picture, you see that there is a white circle around the picture. So how can we get that? We'll click on the picture right here, right? If you come here, we see border style. We click on the border style, then we choose this line shape. We click on it like this. You will see that it gave us a border, but then it's black, but we want white. So what do we have to do? We change the colors. So we come to border color right here, and then we'll click on it. We change the color to white, and voila, we have what we want. So moving on, the next thing now is now to add the circle for the name tag. So we come down here to our tools, then we come to our shape, and then we click on circle. And then now we have our circle. But then this circle is too big for what we want to use it and do. So what do we have to do? We have to scale it down a little bit. So how can we scale it down again? To scale all of them down in uniformity. Because see what I mean by scaling it down in uniformity. If I decide to scale this like this, you see it's not turning to an oval shape. But then that's not what I want. So you have to do Ctrl Z. So what I want to do is for it to still retain the circle shape. So I hold down my Alt key here and then I scale it down, and you can see it's scaling down in uniformity, right? Then I bring it down here, right here. So now we have this, right? But then this is not the color we want, right? So we come down here to color and we put this color. Nice. So then if you look at our circle too, you see that our circle also has a white shape, a white circle around it. You already know how we got that, right? So we come down here to our border style. We click on the border style, we click on the line, and then it have given us a border, but then it's black again. That's not what we want. So we have to change the color to white. So we click here and then we have white. Good. So now we have to go and get our name tag. So to get the name tag, we will look for text. Look at text right here. It's also at the left side bar. So we click on the text, and then if you click on it, you see what I was telling you guys. It have add a heading, add a subheading. If I click on this right here, you will see it brings add a heading. So here I can put any text that I want to, you get. But then that's not what I want. So I want to get an already made text to put in my design, and I like how this text is. I like how the font is, right? So I click on this, right, to get this text, and then the text is already here. So what do we have to do? We then edit it. You can by just clicking on the text, and then we write my name is Peter, right? So now the text is too big, so we have to scale it down. So we can also scale it down by holding down the Alt key, and then we scale it down like this, and then we put it here. But then it's still too big, and then we scale it down again. So I think our circle is too small, so let's scale our circle a little bit more. So we hold down the Alt key, and then we scale a little bit more like this, right? Good. So now our text is here, but then it's black. And then one thing with colors is that you cannot apply a dark color to another dark color. You get, this is dark purple, and now we have black. So you see, it's now hard for us to see the text. So one thing we have to do now is to change this text to a lighter color. So now I'll tap on the text. right? And then I will come here and I will change the text color to white. Now you see, now it's not easily visible. But then if you look at it, just like we talked about in our last class about alignment, we need to align this text because it's not aligned very well. So right now we put the text here and then scale it down a little bit more. Right, that's it. So we are almost there. We already have our profile picture, but then it's not done. It's looking so plain and dull. So let's add some effects. So the next step for us to do now is for us to add our star, right? So we come down here to element again, we click on element, and then we search star, but then let's say star outline, right? You press enter, and then see there are so many stars here that we can choose from, right? But then there is this particular one we want. Oh, I found it, I want to use this one, right? So we click on this and then the star appear here. So we now put it here, right? Like I said, I don't like the color. It's so ugly. So now let's change the color. So what should we change the color to? Purple. So since we are working with purple, let's change the color to purple. So we change the color right here. Now we get this. So instead of us to go and click on another star, right, we can just click on this and press Ctrl D. So if you hold your control button, you also hold D together, and then you see it will duplicate it into 2. So now we have 2 stars. So we now shift this one from here and then we'll move it to here. So now we have 2 stars, and guess what? Our profile picture is ready. So what's the next thing that is in our step? So the next thing now is to go and download our picture, right? So that we don't lose it. So the next thing we are going to do is to click on the share button here, which is located at the right side. So we click the share button. Once we have clicked it, the next thing that you are going to see is your download. So we click on download, and then the next thing is PNG. So here, one thing with Canvas is that it will always suggest the best file type for your design. So as if we are working on a slide right now, you will see that this Canva would have suggested for us a PDF. If you open this up, there are so many file types. Like I mentioned before, we have JPEG, PNG, we have PDF standard, we have PDF print, we have SVG, we have MB4 videos. There are so many. But then one thing that Canva will always do is that it will always suggest the best file type for your design. So now we are going to choose PNG because Canva have already suggested it for us. Now we have PNG. The next thing for us to do now is to click on download. So we click on download, and then you see right here that picture profile is downloading. So once it's done downloading, you will see it in your system, and then you can share it to anybody that you want to your daddy, to your mommy, your brothers, sisters, friends, and even your teachers. That will be the end for our class today. But then you guys have to do a mini project for me. Give me any design. You can decide to make a birthday card or the profile picture that we have made, or any design by simply going to the template that we have talked about. Look at designs there, get it, and then edit it anyhow you want. See you guys in my next class.